Howdy, y'all. Charlie B here in Seguin, Texas, just checking in. It is Tuesday, March 18th. Queens are coming. I've gotten a lot of calls from folks saying, "When are the queens coming? When are the queens coming?" So we'll have a big order of queens coming the first week of April, and typically that's when folks have queens available. So I know the urgency. I would love to be splitting right now. It's warm. It's plenty warm, and but there's no rain and there's no forage, so it's actually, in my opinion, I think it's kind of working in our favor here in Central Texas that we're in spring, the bees are building, I'm seeing hives brooding up, but I'm not seeing them boiling over yet, unless they were real big to begin with. So it kind of hedges them back a little bit, so I'm not running into tons and tons of swarming. I've caught a bunch of swarms, but my hives seem to be doing okay swarm wise, so that's definitely something to watch these next few weeks. But we're like, it's sort of like in that movie Braveheart, when he's like, hold, run, and then they go and they charge and they fight. So April is the go, go, go. So it's an exciting time of year. It's a stressful time of year. Last week at our Saturday workshop, we did an exploration of the Demaree method. I think it's Demaree. Demaree? Anyway, the guy's not from France. He's from Kentucky. So he was probably Demaree or something like that. Check out Demaree Split, and we'll see y'all on the flip side. So, like I said, Mr. Demaree was an 1800s Kentucky beekeeper, apparently a contemporary of Mr. Langstroth. He developed this method for preventing bees from swarming. Here, I'm smoking the hive, I'm checking their weight. Pretty healthy hive. These bees are pretty feisty too, so I'm making sure I use smoke properly, got my gloves on. I like to show off and not wear gloves a lot of times, but here I'm definitely wearing gloves. These girls are not too happy. It's also a pretty windy day. They're not been very happy lately, but they got a lot of resources. Look here, they've got a whole bunch of honey. This is honey that has survived the winter, so this top box, this medium box, is full of resources. So not much to see there. I pop it off. I'm going to set it to the side and get down into the brood chamber. This is where the babies are going to be. I like to remove the feeder. This is a good way to make space to be able to inspect. But I'm looking in here. I want to see brood, babies, see what's going on. This frame has a little bit of brood, lots of bees. They're kind of flighty. They're kind of stingy. Definitely a hive that's building up nicely. Here's a nice patch of brood. These bees are taking off really well. In fact, I looked here and gosh, this hive has a whole bunch of drones, a lot of dude brood. I'm not seeing a lot of dudes in the hives lately, but this means, hey, they're thinking about reproducing and swarming, and that's what we're trying to prevent. And these next couple of frames, they are full of capped brood, capped pupae. These bees are ready to take off and build really fast, and I still got almost 2 weeks here before I'm going to have queens to be able to put in them. So that is why I'm going to actually try the Demaree method. So here we go. So what I'm doing is I'm really trying to figure out what frames have eggs, what frames have capped brood, capped pupae ready to go. Those are the frames that I want to move up into my upper split. So a Demaree split, or Demaree split, is all about dividing the brood, leaving the queen in the bottom box with space to lay and making her think that she has space to lay while the brood is way up high. So these two frames here, they're just absolutely full of brood. I'm going to set them aside. And then here, I've got some old wax that I bought from a local beekeeper. And so it's drawn comb on some older frames. They're going to love this. The queen's going to go to work on it. I leave those frames with brood and with dude brood down in the bottom. This is the box with honey. For Demaree experts, if anybody has some suggestions, let me know. I'm open to it. Hit me in the comments. But I put the food frame in the middle. The idea was to put the queen excluder, which is that little grate that the bees can get through, but the queen can't get through. So now she's locked down in the bottom. And now I'm going to take my drawn comb frames and my brood and put this up top. Now that basically makes it so we have almost like two hives. One part of the hive, there's a whole bunch of brood, no queen, that's in the top, and they're set apart from the queen. There's all that brood. Down below, there's a little bit of brood, there's a queen. She thinks, or they all think, oh gosh, we've got to induce her to lay, so she starts laying. So it's a way to, for me really, slow down the swarming tendency before we have queens available here in the first week of April. We are just like Braveheart, going hold before it gets chaotic and we take off building like crazy. But this is a method I've not tried before. This is an experiment, so I'm open to feedback, and I'll be sure to post a follow-up to let you know how it goes. In the meantime, come join us here at Charlie Bee Company. We're out in rural South Seguin, about 7 miles east of I-10. We have a big group that meets every Saturday. It's really awesome. In fact, we're gonna expand the building because we're running out of space. But we will always try to get out, open a hive, look at some bees. It's more like a demonstration, right? It's a chance to kind of watch me work bees. I might pass some frames around. So it's not like a hands-on class, but I'll demonstrate, and then we talk about things, what's happening in the bees. Sometimes we have guest speakers. So keep an eye out. We send an email every Wednesday or Thursday, kind of let you know what is on topic for that week. And we love having folks. No cost. Just come and hang out. We drink coffee. We make up a lot of stories. And a great group of folks. Lots of homesteaders. Lots of wisdom and talent here. Folks who are really good with all kinds of critters, not just bees. I think bee people do a lot of different things. We tend to be jacks of all trades, Jills of all trades. So come out and join us.